So there was no need to go and argue and fight because I wanted the eggs in their faces. And you have eggs in their faces now. Now the argument has switched to which individual won the award, and the argument has switched as to why somebody else didn't win the award and all of that. Quite petty if you ask me. You asked that why has no Ghanaian won it? We have delivered. And guess what? It didn't go to media that is supposed to be in bed with government. It went to critical media. It went to critical media. You understand? So the BBC acknowledges critical media. And it is the job of media to be critical of those who hold power. I always tell you, what are you holding the opposition accountable for? The opposition do not take 10% betting tax. The opposition does not take e-levy. The opposition does not tax snuff and menstrual pads. The opposition does not take road tolls. The opposition does not take import duties. The opposition does not take all of those ones. So what are you holding the opposition accountable for? At best, you can ask the opposition to also join in holding government's feet to the fire. But it is those who have the benefit of power, those who are holding power in trust for the people, who must be held accountable. It's a commonsensical thing all across the world. And I don't know which other practice of journalism and ethics that must be practiced for people to know that this is how it's supposed to be done. Journalists are not supposed to be praise singers. That is why government has spokespersons in every single ministry, department, and agency. So if you have hired PR people and they are not able to trumpet what you have, and every single morning they get platforms on every radio station and every TV station in this country to speak on behalf of government, and still the message is not messaging, you must question what kind of messaging they are putting out there. But rather, no. When the questions are asked, the questions that are asked are not answered. It is the individual asking the questions who will be attacked. And sometimes by people who have gone past their 60s. And you wonder, what kind of thinking is that? Me, I will not be intimidated by those things. They are below me. Because I've shown the scorecard. I remember the last time when I asked a question about the scorecard, somebody said, Geopol and Ipsos, they are supposed to be computer software, the application on Google Play Store. And I laughed at it. Right then and there, I knew that the person did not even understand what they were talking about. Go and declare losses and then come and want to hold somebody accountable. Go and show profitability. As we speak now, on the 24th of August, that's 2 days away, the entire country will have students in the secondary schools write their ICT, Information Communication Technology, practical examination. Somewhere in the OT region, I got a distress call from a school called Kajebi Asato SHS. They have over 400 students, but they have only 30 desktop computers. And the 400 students are supposed to use the 30 desktop computers in the impending ICT practicals. That is the real issue. So if you attack me, how does that take more computers to Kajebi SHS, Kajebi Asato SHS? If you insult me, how does that fix the problem? Because on the D-Day when the exams will be taken, the children will be found wanting. The teachers will be in a mess. But WAEC doesn't know all of that. WAEC will still insist that I've given you 3 hours, finish the exam and bring me my papers or else. That's what I'm talking about. Those are the real issues. And it is not just in Kajebi Asato SHS in the OT region. It is across the country. And here you have assistant headmaster in Kajebi Asato who is appealing to teachers to even render their private laptops so that the school can have some more so that the children can take common ICT examination. Yeah, we say we are moving towards digitalization. You wake up in the morning and you say, there's Dr. Digital, Dr. Digital, Dr. Digital. Where is the digitalization? How do you digitize when you do not have a common computer to begin with? And the situation is all over the country, save a few schools. So if you attack Johnny Hughes, does that take computers to the schools? Another teacher told me that visual arts practicals, home economic practicals, science practicals in a school in Accra, the release from government was 7,000 cedis only for visual arts, home economics, and general science. 7,000. In the meantime, visual arts alone has a budget of 9,000 cedis. And so it was a nasty scene when one female teacher who had pre-financed for some of the home economics students went to actually hold the bears to say, give me my money, because she was afraid that the monies that she had invested would be given a haircut that she hadn't asked for. Those are the real issues. That's journalism. Asking the questions, asking why. Let's go to South Africa. And so my appeal to the minister is that these are the real problems. Fix the problems. Stop collecting funds and looking forward to become vice president. When the elections are due, we will see. But now fix the problems. There's a trip coming up in October where business to business will have to interact, where those of you who are tired of the din will have to go and relax in South Africa and many other things. And then please put it up there. So single occupancy, $2,699. Double occupancy, $2,399. $99. You get visa facilitation, return trip to Accra, round trip, the ticket to Johannesburg and Cape Town. You get hotel accommodation, breakfast and lunch, wine land tour, city tour of Johannesburg and Cape Town, exclusive access to Wine X events. It's a big event that you should not miss. Guided shopping tours, B2B networking. And the magic number to call is 053 11 00927. 053 11 00927. We're doing this in collaboration with South African Airlines, Airways, and 3FM. And I'll be traveling with you. I'll be traveling with you so that we can bite in the air, bite on land, bite everywhere, and then still have some good time together. You're a young business, you're looking for collaborations in South Africa. This is an amazing opportunity. Discover South Africa, get away, explore, and book now. It's important that you do. Now, this morning, I want to play for you a video. But before that, the Minister for Foreign Affairs came to wax very, very lyrical the other time and told us how things were not going on well at the passport office. And I agree with her. My only point of disagreement was that she was coming to her own party very, very late. Because I insist that the minister had been deputy minister under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as foreign affairs minister. And she has also been substantive minister. And in fact, at her vetting in 2021, she told Parliament under oath and on television that the system that she had brought in place or put in place through a public-private partnership where we were going to apply for passports remotely was working very, very well. So how did the system now suddenly go bad? It's a question of supervision and leadership. When did she notice it? Because it's been going on since Adam was born. And that software was supposed to cure those anomalies, but it is still happening. So when she came to tell us that the system was working well, when in fact people were still paying those huge sums of monies, I doubted it a bit. But whom am I? Because I was attacked when I said it. That when the government puts up a good initiative, all I know to do is to come and stand and talk about it. And somebody says, oh, you like to talk about every single thing. Well, I tell stories to get paid. That's my job. And the stories I tell must have an impact, which is evident out there. So I asked the question, now that the minister has told us that those who have been there for like a year and over have to leave, that's what the minister said. Have they left? Because I know that some of the institutions and agencies have been withdrawing their people. But has the minister withdrawn her own foreign affairs people? Some who have been there for more than 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 8 years. Has the minister withdrawn her own people? Now, number two, has the minister ensured that the company on the Achimota Ofankor Road, that is owned, the printing press, owned booklets money, have they been paid? Has the minister ensured that the machines that are broken down at the passport office, the printing machines, have they been repaired? I know that we're told that we are now mounting cameras in the individual offices. But there's a rule to mounting security cameras. The security cameras are supposed to be in the corridors and all of that. So now, for example, I am in my office. Somebody is monitoring me. There's a what do you call it? A camera right on me as it's in the studio now. And I want to just scratch my head or scratch my somewhere. And somebody is watching me. The breach of my privacy. It is a question of supervision and management. Now, let me play the video for you. This will be my final video. Make 2 comments on it and then we go. Prophet Kofi Odro, Prophet Dr. Kofi Odro of Alabaster Ministries, looks like the only lone voice these days. And I've been asking the question, where are the people who used to say, "Thus says the Lord"? We used to have a lot of clergy in this country who spoke truth to power. A lot of clergy in this country who spoke the truth, and we applauded them. Where are they? Are they still in Ghana? Do they still have churches? Do they still have congregations? Do they still preach? Do they still have messages for the people? Do they still admonish those who hold power? Listen to Prophet Kofi Odro. Listen to him.
Languishing in poverty. The masses struggle before they put food on their table. I saw, Pragia riders have been given restrictions in Kumasi that they can't take their Pragia to certain places. These people block the streets in Kumasi and say, "You have not created job for us. We have created some for ourselves. Why do you come to stop us?" Let me ask first the question that should have been asked before any argument. Who allowed the Pragia to come into this country? Who allowed Abubuya to? If you don't know, these are death traps. Pragia, they are traps of death. All the accidents of Abubuya are dangerous accidents that people are hurt beyond repair. I'm telling you. The people who manufactured these things, they use it for farm purposes. Farming purposes. And we are here selling it to people, taking taxes from them, from the duty. Go to the port and go and see meaningless taxes at the port, and they are bringing it here. Now you want to stop these boys? Look at the number of them. How can you stop them? I don't think that the police command in Kumasi can even stop these guys. They outnumber them, far outnumber them. But here in Ghana, whilst young people cannot find jobs, I was making a survey recently, and the survey is about Uber drivers, Yango drivers, and the rest of these cab drivers. And I realized that 68% of these boys who drive these cars are graduates from Lagos, KNUST, UCC, and the rest of them. You finish university to come and drive a taxi? What nonsense! And we have ministers of state, men and women, who are stealing money under their beds. How can you escape the domination of hell? How? Honorables, how are you going to escape? I'm telling you, many leaders of Africa are already seated in hell.
Johnny's fight. Johnny's fight.
Wicked people, cruel people. And these boys have now become so aggressive.
Johnny's fight.
An old woman, 60-something years, can gather money in her account. They are freezing accounts, and the money in the account, I said I will not say it, but as I am looking, young men walking about hopeless. And pensioners who should be taking care of their grandchildren are stealing money. How can you escape the domination of hell?
Johnny's fight.
When everybody said that Akufo-Addo can never be president, God said that does not belong to you. When everybody said it will never happen, somebody said if Akufo-Addo be
Johnny's fight.
The word of the Lord. And he gave us an analogy about, thank you, about somebody who used to work at Akufo-Addo Prempeh & Co., who stole a rim of A4 sheets. That person was made to pay back in 3 months, and after they finished paying back, they sacked him. He was expecting the same of President Akufo-Addo. The only portion of my disagreement with him here on Johnny's Bite is that we are not sure if the money that was found under the bed was stolen or not. That is for the court to determine. So we disassociate ourselves from that one, and those are his opinions. But everything else that he said, people having seats already in hell, they have front row seat. It is a 3FM Spaces, month of Twitter, X in space. We will do that conversation tomorrow. Our Twitter page is at 3FM927. And the question we're asking is, what is wrong with you young Ghanaians? Because we do this, they say our head is like coconut. We can't lead well. We go and bet, they say 10%. You do this, they say, hey. You do this, they say, hey. So we're asking ourselves the questions as young people. What is wrong with us young people? And we will start at 7 p.m. and end at 9 p.m. tomorrow here on 3FM 92.7. Don't miss it. Chief Moment is a poet and a playwright. He will be here. Mayal Deborah is a blogger. Nana Sasi is also a poet and a dramatist. Clemente Suarez is a screen god and also a stage god, and a host of other young people in this frank, dispassionate conversation. Shikanik, one of the ladies who drove from Accra to London 10,000 kilometers, she will also be here. So you can't miss this conversation. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. here on 3FM 92.7. What is wrong with you, young Ghanaians? Good morning.